Good morning, the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society.
EH37AF. I've been looking for dancers for some time that new dancers in particular could do quite easily, and I had a Strasbourg that had included a progressive promenade, and I thought this might follow on quite neatly from leading down the middle and back. So instead of one couple joining in, two couples could join in. And the bottom of this was that I'd found that worked, and then the rest of it seemed to flow to crossover and then dance with the corners. And we've tried it in class as we usually do, and I'd found that I'd got a usable dance. Subsequently, I heard that the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society were publishing a book of dances which were suitable for newish dancers or children. I hadn't got children specifically in mind, but then I had no children in our own class. And so at the end of the day, the society had a look at it and in the end decided to publish it. And that is how the dance came to be. Once the society had decided that they were going to publish it, because the question of a name came up, and it was suggested to me that it might be suitable to have an inscription for the headquarters staff. I mentioned that two people I'd known quite well, and at the end of the day, this was how it came that all the people, including the two I knew quite well, Eileen and June, were mentioned in the inscription. Then, of course, since the dance was going to be inscribed to headquarters staff, the question is, what are you going to call it? Well, various things were kicked around. I didn't know then that 12 Coats Crescent was going to be the title of a dance. So we looked at various ideas. At the end of the day, I turned around and said, well, why don't you call it EH37AF? And I think there was a stunned silence at first, but eventually, because I think nobody could think of anything better, that's how it came to be called that. The main thing is, having got as far as doing a three-couple promenade, what do you do next? You've got first couple in second place. And sometime before, I'd looked at the idea of the first couple using the first two bars to cross over before they started turning corners. And this hadn't gone too badly, so I decided rather to do it again. At the end of the day, it worked out quite well. Young people in particular are more mobile than people of my age, and they could dance up and down the dance, and at the end of the day it worked out quite reasonably. It wasn't until after the dance was published that Derek Haynes in particular said, this is quite a good way of showing people where the first corner is, to pass by the right and then turn the person on their right. And I was quite pleased with myself for not having thought of that. This dance was submitted without a tune. I had nothing in particular in mind, but when I heard that it was one of Bobby Crow's tunes, because he hasn't written that many, I was delighted, because we've known Bobby off and on for many, many years and enjoyed his music. And so when I heard the tune, it was even better, because it's, in a way, it's quite an unusual little jig, and the dance is very easy to dance with it. The two complement each other quite nicely, I think.